Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lori. If you're new here, I'm a Christian wife and a stay-at-home mom to one little boy. In today's video, we're going to be doing a quick tidying up of the kitchen, picking up some stuff that was left out, doing the dishes, and cleaning up the breakfast eat-in area. So if you're looking for some cleaning motivation, particularly in the kitchen today, grab your cup of coffee and let's get going. So today was a Monday, and thankfully my husband was home from work. He is a lead aircraft mechanic at a major airplane manufacturer. And he gets usually every Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday off. So thankfully, he did not work overtime today and he was off. So it gave me an opportunity to get the kitchen done because I had cooked spaghetti the night before and I just was not feeling well and did not want to clean up the kitchen. I usually love to tidy up the kitchen before I go to sleep and make sure the entire house is basically reset for the morning. I love waking up to a clean environment, getting my cup of coffee, relaxing while my son starts playing, not feeling it on Sunday night after I cooked. So I just left everything, went to bed, and got up the next morning. And while my son was playing right before his nap time, my husband agreed to watch him, and I was able to get some cleaning done. And as you can see, the sink was just full of dishes. The dishwasher was already over half full. So I just am loading what is in the sink into the dishwasher. I probably don't have to, but I do thoroughly rinse my dishes before I put them in the dishwasher. We live in an older home. It was built in 1980, and the kitchen, while it was updated in some areas, it wasn't updated in all areas, and we've actually had some issues with our dishwasher not working properly. So I am not risking anything with this dishwasher. If it goes, we're in trouble. I will be washing dishes by hand, probably for eternity, because we just don't have it in the budget to buy an expensive appliance like a dishwasher, or heaven forbid, if another thing goes, our washing machine and dryer are actually we're pretty sure they were original with the house. That's how old they are, but they work just fine. So no issues there. But if this dishwasher goes, I will be washing by hand. So I like to rinse everything really well before I load it. But let me know, are y'all pre-rinsers, or do y'all just hope for the best, or maybe not even have to hope for the best? Maybe you have a top of the line dishwasher. Ours is so sketchy that literally when you pull it out, if you pull out both the top and the bottom drawer at one time, the whole dishwasher will just bang forward. So it is, needless to say, not the best, but it works perfect for what it has to do, if you know what I mean. So also, our pots and pans are basically on their last leg. I will admit, I don't always wash them by hand like I should, and I definitely know I should be washing them by hand, but sometimes I just stick them in the dishwasher, I'll be honest, and it has definitely caused some chipping away of the bottoms of them. So if y'all have any recommendations for some not too expensive pots or pans, I know a ton of people love the Calphalon, but we just don't have that in our budget. We're a one-income family, so there's just no way that we can afford to splurge on something like that. So if y'all have any, brands that have worked well for y'all and held up that you can find in, most retail stores and not spend an arm and a leg, I would love to know your recommendations, because buying something like that, I just would like to know that it's going to hold up and work well. I've gotten to the point now where I'm much better about washing them by hand because I know the damage that I've already done. Same thing with these tumblers. I used to stick a lot of these in the dishwasher, and now they are peeling and literally have dents in some of them. So I have learned my lesson with that. I'm very careful with the tumblers, especially when they're my husband's. He He's a real stickler for his like coffee and drink mugs for work. So I'm very careful to wash all of those by hand as well. But yes, let me know if you have any recommendations for some good pots and pans that are not too expensive. That would be amazing. If you notice the trash in the sink, I am one of the people that if I'm going around collecting things around the house that have to be brought to the kitchen for washing, I will just stick trash, anything that has to go. Like sometimes I'll put just like dish rags if they make it to the back for like dusting. I will put those in like a cup or a glass and it'll end up in the sink. And then when I come to do the dishes, hopefully at night, but sometimes during the day, I will just clean out everything at once. To me, that's just easier than having to stop and go find a trash can. It just all ends up in one place and then I go from there. So to me, that makes sense. It's probably not the most logical, but hey, that's how I do it. I'm just running to our trash can. We keep the trash can in our laundry room, which is right behind the kitchen. And we do that for several reasons. One, we now have a son and he loves to just, and this is one of the little tumblers that I put in the dishwasher and you can see it's completely peeling away. So, but yes, we keep the trash can in the laundry room. For two reasons. Our son loves to go digging through the trash for some unknown reason. And also we have two very large dogs. And if they make it into the kitchen and the trash can is in the kitchen, they will completely terrorize the trash and it will end up all over our kitchen and sometimes all over our house. So I have definitely learned our lesson. We even have a locking mechanism on the trash can, but I just don't prefer to use that. It makes it kind of difficult to, access it for me. So we keep it unlocked, but we do keep it behind a closed door in the laundry room. About to start the dishwasher and get that going. If you'll notice, I'm going to flip over and it says dirty right now. This is a little magnet that I actually got off of Amazon and I bought these for my for my sister-in-law and mother-in-law one Christmas. And it was literally like a whole year later that I was like, you know what? That's probably a good idea to have now that we have a son and hopefully soon he'll be able to go in the dishwasher and get his own dish and that kind of thing. I want him to know, these are clean or these are dirty. Please don't touch or you can touch, that kind of thing. So it's a very good buy. If you don't have a magnet that says clean and dirty and you live with other people, definitely invest in it for the dishwasher. It has been game changing. So now I'm just cleaning out the sink. This is one of like my musts after I do the dishes. I cannot stand a dirty sink. And if you'll notice too, I use a different sponge to wipe down counters and clean the sink. And I do the sponge for the dishes. So I keep the dish one in the little like green holder. And then the other one I keep in a little like terracotta container by the sink. And that way they're separated and my husband knows which one is which in case he ever has to grab a sponge for whatever reason. He does not clean in the house. I do all of that. So if he ever did have to grab one, he knows that they're two different ones. But yes, I love cleaning out the sink after all the dishes are out of it. It just makes the sink to me is like the bed in the bedroom. So if the bed is made, the whole room feels clean. If the bed's unmade, the rest of the room can be clean, but it feels dirty. The sink in the kitchen to me is like that. If the sink is dirty, the whole kitchen just feels off. Like you just want to go and clean it. So I love having a very clean, tidy sink. So, funny story. Growing up, we lived in a very, very modest house. It's a very, very small house. The kitchen was like a galley kitchen. It had like 2 square feet of counter space. And it had a dishwasher, but growing up, I always assumed the dishwasher didn't work because my mother never used it. Every single night she cooked basically 5 to 6 nights out of the week. And she also worked full time. She was not a stay-at-home mom. But she always washed dishes for a family of 4 by hand. And when I was in high school, we had already moved into a larger house about an hour from where I grew up. And one day I just asked her, Mom, why do you use the dishwasher now? And, why didn't y'all just get the dishwasher fixed at the old house? Like, you love using the dishwasher now. And she literally looked at me and said, Lori, that dishwasher always worked. I just like doing the dishes. I was so perplexed by that because I always thought the dishwasher didn't work and they either didn't want to get it fixed or didn't have the money to fix it. I didn't know. So she just loved being at the sink, doing the dishes at night after having cooked. It was just kind of her me time, away from the children and away from her husband, just on her own. And that always stuck with me. So this, I'm just tidying up some stuff that was left on the counter. This is kind of the left side of the counter, from the stove is like our dump space for our family. Just everything ends up there. My husband's keys, the mail, dishes and glasses that people don't want to bring all the way from the den into the kitchen sink. They put them right there. Just everything ends up there. So I try to keep it as tidy as I can, but it just falls to the wayside. I don't know what happens. So, like I said, I had cooked spaghetti the night before and left it. So this stove was a complete disaster. I usually love to clean before I go to bed, but it had been sitting out all night, caked on there. So I tried to get a really good lather going. And let me know if y'all are lather people. I feel like if I don't get a lather going from the cleaning solution, it just doesn't feel clean to me. I feel like it just is still dirty. Even though I know it's not, it feels that way. Felt really good to wipe down everything, get everything reset after just leaving it. And here I'm just wiping it down. These waffle towels, I got these, I believe, at Walmart, and they are the most absorbent towels I've ever had. I've had them for years too, and they are still holding up. They are amazing. So now I'm just fixing the latches on our drawers and cabinets so that our son doesn't get into the things that he cannot have. These are definitely eyesores, and because of the age of our home and the cabinets themselves are very old, we've had to kind of compromise on where we place them and how we adapt them to our kitchen. So they are eyesores, but hey, they keep our son safe, so we're okay with it for the moment. But this is what the left side of the kitchen is looking like after I cleaned it and got it kind of reset. I haven't done the floors on this side yet, but we did get everything cleaned up, straightened up, and wiped down, so I'm happy with that. So now on the right side, back to the sink area, this isn't really a drop zone for us, but it is the place that provides the largest amount of counter space in one place. So it is where I tend to prep all of our meals and especially my son's food. He unfortunately is dealing with a tongue tie. He was kind of undiagnosed for a while. He's going to be a year and a half old in 2 weeks. So he's been dealing with this since birth, and it didn't really even occur to me until he was almost a year old, and I happened to catch it in a picture that was what was going on. So it took us almost 6 months to get in with a referral for a dentist. Long story short, he's getting it fixed in 2 days. I'm very excited. But he's still on pureed food, and the only thing that he will really eat, due to fear, he's had numerous choking episodes. And by choking, I mean to the point of I've had to intervene with turning him over, doing his back, or trying to get him to do the Heimlich. It's been very, very scary. And my husband has said on numerous occasions, if I wasn't home, he would not have known what to do. I used to work as a registered nurse, so I have training in that area, but it's still, when it happens to your child and your child stops breathing, it is terrifying. You literally feel like you can't even think. But yes, he is dealing with a tongue tie, so still on pureed foods, eating powdered oatmeal for almost every meal. So that's really the only thing I can get him to eat, with other things mixed in. So it makes a very, very messy setup when we have to prepare his meals 3 to 4 times a day. So this area tends to get very crummy, for a lack of better choice of words. So it's kind of hard to keep it wiped down continuously and also keep the floors clean. So it felt good to wipe it down and get it all taken care of before it got too messy, which it tends to do. So now I just am about to put up the rest of the dishes that I just wiped down and cleaned from earlier. Our cabinets, again, very old, and well, they are very like rustic, and the whole feel of the home is kind of like a mountainy home. It's on a piece of property that's surrounded by trees, so it does feel very like rugged, and that's kind of the vibe that the people who lived in it before were going for, I guess. And they were very outdoorsy people. I don't believe they ever had children, so they kind of put, all of their heart into this home. The floors in the kitchen were actually done by the man who lived there previously. They're like wood pegged, wide base. It's very beautiful flooring. But it's definitely a lot of the updates in the house they did were even done 20 to 30 years ago. So they probably need updating again, but we're happy with the way that it functions now. But it would be nice to have larger cabinets and more functional cabinets. Some of the doors are actually like trying to fall off the hinges, but it's fine. But I don't keep the cabinets like aesthetic. I just don't have the energy or the time to do that. I would love to be able to, but I don't. It's just not something in my to-do list right now. Probably about time for me to get rid of this bottle organizer that's behind the dish drying rack. My son does still use like a transitional bottle because of his tongue tie, but all the other bottles on there he doesn't use. And in fact, if I try to give him like a regular bottle to drink water from, he will just turn it over and tip it on the floor. So it just makes more of a mess to clean up. So I could probably get rid of that bottle organizer if I wanted to. There's just little things that I'm kind of like, well, what if I need it? Or, what if it'll come in handy, in a month or two when I'm trying to dry. So I think of everything to hang on to little things like that, but I probably need to get rid of it. So this is the full kitchen that is been cleaned. Again, I haven't done the floors yet, but we were just trying to get things wiped down, cleaned up, and reset for the afternoon. So now we're moving on to the breakfast eat-in area, and being completely candid, we don't actually eat in this area because of our son's tongue tie. We just don't eat together as a family yet. So I have him set up in a high chair in a secluded area that's not too distracting for him. So this area really just serves as another dump space, to be honest. But I try to keep it as neat as I can and as tidy as I can because this area to me is one of my favorites in the house. Just the aesthetic of it, I absolutely love. So I do try to keep it really clean and tidy. It doesn't always happen that way, but I try. And also because of the way that this table is constructed and kind of the craftsmanship of it, it does tend to get really dusty on the legs. So that is always something I try to do when I wipe the top down. I try to wipe the legs down as well because they will get dusty. Okay, if y'all do not have a cordless vacuum, I was one of those people that thought, oh, it's just a vacuum without a cord. What difference could it make? It is the biggest difference. I don't know what it is about the cord of a vacuum, but it just makes you not want to vacuum. Just dealing with that little cord, it is just the biggest hassle. I don't know why, but it is. And this cordless vacuum, I will admit, it does tend to clog a lot. I don't know if that's normal for other types of vacuums, but this one does clog. But just having one without a cord, it has been a game changer. I mean, we have 2 dogs, and just being able to vacuum numerous times a day, it is the biggest difference. This is a little 1 to 2 inch area between the change of the flooring and our doggy gate, and it always accumulates the most dust and the most grime and dirt and gunk. So this cordless vacuum has made it just so easy to get in there and clean that numerous times a day if I have to, and I pretty much have to do that. So this is the finished cleaned up area. I did close the curtains because it was kind of glaring by this point into the phone, but as you can see, I love this area, just the aesthetic. It's kind of cozy and homey, and I just love the way it looks. So I love when it's clean and tidy and wiped down and not full of junk. Thank y'all so much for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed the content, and I really look forward to bringing you more cleaning motivation that we can share in together.